Marco, welcome. How's Sephora approaching retail media?
Thanks for having me. So our approach to retail media is that we put our client at the center of everything we do. We want to reach our client where they are. So that's increasingly across multiple channels. So retail media for us is a full funnel strategy. It's on-site, it's off-site, it's in-store. A huge portion of our business is off-site. It's actually what we stood up first. So we work with the majority of the big players across social, display, CTV, and audio. And what we're seeing is that we want to meet our audience where they are, and we go where they are, and we have a strategy that's designed around meeting the audience in the channels that perform best and resonate most with them. So for us, our audiences, our focus this year is DE&I and Gen Z. So by extension, video has been super important for us. TikTok and CTV are our fastest growing channels. Low production, authentic video content, user generated content has been really important on TikTok and Meta. And then our sort of high production brand ambassador content has been really important in CTV. So we had Timothy Chalamet for Chanel. We had Elton John for Charlotte Tilbury. We had Dua Lipa for YSL. So we design the creative and audience strategy based on where the audiences are and target them in the channels that resonate most for them.
You have a strong relationship network. How do you go about building successful relationships with brands, with retailers, with everyone?
So we're extremely relational with our brands. Sephora Media Network is an invite-only program. We have strong relationships designed by our brand marketing team with individual brands. We know them very deeply, and our soul ultimately at the end of the day at Sephora is that we're a curator. We find small brands, we sign them to these exclusive deals, we nurture them, we help them grow, and then they become differentiators for us. So we're extremely close with our brands. We understand how they think about their clients, and they value our strong relationships with our clients. We have one of the most impressive loyalty programs in the industry. We've got 95% of our transactions that are logged in beauty insiders. So those relationships between Sephora and our brands and our clients are at the heart of everything we do as a media network.
I know so much talk is about digital, but actually the consumer journey spans across digital and physical spaces. So how are you thinking about using physical spaces to engage your consumers?
We're very early in the journey to in-store monetization. The measurement piece is really the most important thing for me in terms of solving that before we make a larger investment. So we have a partnership with Placer.ai so we can measure foot traffic. And we have some hardware in store, not for retail media, but for some of our core stuff. And what we need to figure out first is how do we tie the impression in the store to the transaction, and how do we do it in a way that respects the client? Privacy has to be the number one most important thing as we start talking about in-store. We don't want to be sending pop-ups or notifications on people's phones when they're in the store. I was just talking to Lauren, and she was talking about her daughter who's just going through the SATs. And she said to her, I need a break from this. I want to relax. Can we go to Sephora? And we want to respect that. We don't want to mess with that, with sending notifications on people's phones. So we've got to figure out a way to do it in a very, creating an experience that's beneficial to the client and has measurement that provides that proof that it's a performant media format back to the brand. And once we can solve those two problems, I think in-store is going to take off for us.
Marco, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.